University applications stressing you out? Well, they don't have to. Here's a 10-step process that you need to do for you to get through university applications. Step number 1 is you need to figure out what you want to study and whether the subjects that you have qualify you for that course. No point in applying for engineering when you don't have maths and physical sciences. Step number 2, you need to research like a pro. You need to figure out which university offers the course that you want to get into. Please also be aware that different universities will have different names for the course that you want to get into. This is the time for you to figure out what application fees are, the entry requirements, and any documentation that you'll be required to provide as you're doing your application. Step number 3 is you need to have a professional email and contact number that they can reach you. You're going to need to communicate with the application body, and you're going to be getting updates on these emails and these contact numbers. So please make sure that it is working and you have easy access to them. Step number 4, you need to gather your documentations. In most cases, you're going to need the certified copy of your ID and your passport, your grade 11 or your Matric results, and also letters of motivation and references, which you need to get from the different references that you're going to be asking. Make sure that it is certified and you scan and you have PDF documentation of these forms, because you're going to need to upload them on the different portals as you're doing your application. Step number 5 is the exciting process where you're actually doing the application process. I would highly suggest that you set a day apart where you're just going to sit and you do applications the whole day. They're going to be asking you the same information over and over again. And if you have prepared beforehand, as from step 1 to 4, it's easier for you to get through this day quick and easy. Step number 6 is you need to apply as far and wide as possible. It increases your chance of being accepted for the course that you want to get into, and also just broadens your horizon. Step number 7 is for my international students. This is for you to figure out what are the different requirements expected of you as an international student. In most cases, they're going to require a USEF certificate if you are still in high school or about to finish high school. They're going to require a psycho evaluation form if you've done a previous degree before. And also, this is the time for you to get your finances in order, because they're going to require your fees in advance, upfront, all of it before you enter that university. Step number 8 is for my medicine, my law, and my engineering students. You're going to be required to do an NBT test. Please make sure that you're booking this test in advance. It is separate from your school exams, and also you have to pay for it. And certain courses require you to have done the NBT test at a certain time. So from step 2, when you're doing your research, this is when you're finding this out, so that you're planning ahead when you can do this NBT test. Most maths and your English teachers will tell you to do it after your June exams, because at that point you have covered majority of your syllabus, which is what is covered in your NBT test. Step number 9, this is the process where you're waiting for your acceptance. Please make sure that you don't submit your applications late. The earlier you do it, the better your chances of getting a provisional or conditional acceptance, which is pretty much the university saying, we like the marks that you've provided for us. As long as your marks stay the same, we will absolutely accept you into the university. So if you get this conditional or provisional acceptances, please make sure that you accept the offer by the time that is stipulated in the email, because if you leave it out and you don't accept at the allocated time, they're going to take back their acceptance. And step number 10 is you need to make sure that you're doing these applications as early as possible. My biggest advice to Matric students is do these applications by June, because the second half of the year is really busy for you guys. From Matric dances, prelims, and finals, you're not going to have the time or the mental capacity to be doing these applications. So if you can do it before June, get it out of the way, so the second half of the year, just focusing on making sure that your marks stay the same and you can get accepted for the universities. And if you would like a downloadable checklist of how to keep track of all these application processes and what is required of you, you can check the link in my bio.